Today is September 8th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com. Brought to you by Royal Banks of Missouri and Munganess St. Louis Acura. I am Joe Roderick, joined alongside by the traveling Bob Ramsey. Rammer, where on the road are you?
We're in Springfield, Missouri, and on our way to Fayetteville for family weekend at the University of Arkansas, and stopped at an establishment in downtown Springfield, my new favorite burger joint. It's called Black Sheep. It's right by the town square where Wild Bill Hickok was involved in the first actual face-to-face Old West gunfight, right here in Springfield, Missouri. How about that?
How about that? What made the burger so good?
The burger itself was a combination of Angus beef and is it Wagyu?
Okay.
Real nice blend. The buns were fresh but not too big, and so you don't fill up on bread, you know. And then all the different flavors and the fries. We had the smoked fries, off the charts.
Very nice. Cardinals and Reds this weekend, Rammer. We'll get you the lineups in a bit. Again, they lose yesterday. Wainwright doesn't win again. More importantly, though, in Cardinal history, today is a pretty historic milestone, as it's been 25 years since Mark McGwire hit home run number 72 back on September 8th of 1998 off of Steve Traxel, as he then rounded the bases. You would not have, you were not on the call for that. That was a big Fox game. Fox 2 came in to do the game that night for that. So bumped judo to the stands to watch it as a fan.
Yeah, I didn't have to work that night, and I just come off of calling those 4 home runs in Miami. The Cardinals came home from Miami, and it was so much fun because McGwire's pace had slowed just a little bit, and he went to Miami and went nuts on the Marlins, and then came home. My wife was pregnant with our first, and in fact, he was born in 2 months, and so we were in the stands for that. We still got a picture of that somewhere. It was really fun, and that whole thing, despite what we learned later, the naivete of all of us, all those things are true, but in the moment, it was a blast.
So of the 70 home runs that year, you called well over 60 of them, I'm sure. Is there one that really stood out in your mind of all of those?
Well, the most fun one I had was in Miami, and it's funny, we just heard the I don't know if you know the old Elton John song, Leave On, and there's a line in there called Leave and Leave On Far Behind. The guy who threw one of those home runs to McGwire and the Marlins was Levon Hernandez. And when McGwire hit it out, I said, Leave and Leave On Far Behind. And it was a lot of fun. So the whole deal was, we knew it was going to be something special when Mark had tied the record the year before with 58. Tied the National League record with 58 home runs. And so we were already on the count from day one. So, yeah, it was a pretty spectacular year.
Rammer, Cardinals and Reds tonight. Reds still in the running for a playoff spot, as they are going for one of the 3 wild cards in the they're going for one of the 3 wild card spots, and right now they sit a half game back of Arizona. 1 game back in the loss column for the Reds, as Drew Rom on the mound for the Cardinals tonight, 0-2 in his early career, 7.24 ERA, going up against Andrew Abbott. And just as I hit the refresh button, I have our starting lineups for both sides, Bootleg and Tavern, brings you those starting lineups each and every day. Happy hour at Bootleg and Tavern at 4501 Shodo from 2 to 6 every Monday through Friday. So plenty of time to get out there, and you could even get in there before the game starts. 5:40 local start time for Cardinals and Reds tonight. Cardinals go with Tommy Edman at short tonight. Tyler O'Neill is in left. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Nolan Arenado at third. Wilson Contreras is catching. Lucan Baker DHs. Nolan Gorman at second. Jordan Walker in right, and Lars Nootbaar batting ninth and playing center field against the left-handed throwing Andrew Abbott. For the Reds, old friend Harrison Bader is in center field tonight. Spencer Steer is at second. Hunter Renfroe is DHing. Ellie De La Cruz is the cleanup hitter at short. Nick Senzel in left. Christian Encarnacion Strand, the one of the, if not the longest name in baseball history, is at first base. Stuart Fairchild in right. Novelli Marte is at third, and Luke Malley is behind the plate for the Reds. A lot of new names in that Reds lineup from even the last time we saw them this season, but they keep on impressing folks with their with winning ball games and staying in the hunt.
Yeah, it looked like their offense was slumping. It was slumping. They added a couple of more bats, including our old pal Harrison Bader. They're doing their darndest to hang in there. I thought the Diamondbacks were finished a week or two ago, and I thought the Reds were on the precipice of falling apart. But I think both teams sort of, got a little bit of a boost. Tommy Pham with the Diamondbacks, the Reds with the two guys we talked about. And it's going to be a race all the way to the end, it looks like, for the wild card.
We will talk about the games on Monday and recap the weekend series and let you know how we'll talk about how the Cardinals did before they move on to their next part of this road trip. They will not be in town until next weekend. It's a 3-city road trip that they have, but when they do come back to St. Louis, a lot of giveaways on hand. You can kick off the hockey season at the ballpark Friday, September 15th. That night, 25,000 fans 16 and older will take home a Cardinals hockey sweater courtesy of Bally Sports Midwest. I love when they do the Cardinal and Blues crossovers with the hockey sweaters. I have a few of those, and they always get a lot of compliments when you wear them out around when you go to out of town series and you wear those. A lot of people always ask where you came up with the hockey sweater with the Cardinal logo on it. You can visit cardinal.com/promotions for more details on that next weekend when the Phillies are in town. Until then, Rammer, you have a safe trip down to Fayetteville. Yes.
Before we go, we didn't mention last night's game at all. And despite both of us being incredulous at the run total spread, didn't take them long to hit the 10.5, did it? It's crazy.
It did not. No, they got to that in a hurry. Ronald Acuna, first pitch home run for the Braves, and it just kept on moving. Hey, he is Bob Ramsey. I am Joe Roderick. We are brought to you each and every day by Munganess St. Louis Acura and our friends at Royal Banks of Missouri, and we're right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.